pop star sort of thing.
Quite seriously?
Yeah. Well, I told Santa Claus I wanted an amplifier and an electric guitar, so that's quite serious, I suppose.
Inspired by what? Seeing somebody on the TV or something?
Yeah, but at that time my sisters, who are much older than me, were really into Herman's Hermits and The Moves and the Beatles and the Stones. So I was surrounded by all these glamorous pop stars.
We met in the summer and walked in the fall. When brothers we talked, it was tough. Despite what they'll say, wasn't you compared to the truth? Faces of drama that fell from the wall, but nothing was left where they hung. So sweet and bitter, what we found, so drink them down and walk out to winter, where I'll be there till we're awake, high and dry. You wonder why. Walk out to winter, where I'll be there. Chance is bad, just below the blinding snow. You're burning the bright red line and ribbons and all. So walk to winter, you won't be late, should always wait. This generation could walk to the wall, but I'm not. Get your gear, get out of here and walk out to winter, where I'll be there till we're awake, high and dry. You wonder why. Walk out to winter, where I'll be there. Chance is bad, just below the blinding snow.
Well, East Kilbride is a kind of new town. Have you ever seen the film Gregory's Girl? Then you'll get an idea of what it looks like. I've never been to Milton Keynes, but I'm told it's the same idea.
Is it quite a bleak place?
Well, I suppose if you're used to living in, Camden or something, it would look like that. But it's pretty good. I mean, it's better than growing up in a slum. You do have, nice grass bits, which they designed for you and everything. It's a nice place for children and animals.
You can't imagine it being a sort of creative community or anything, though. I mean, were you a sort of little flower growing up amongst the concrete or something?
Well, not exactly a little flower. I suppose the first time I started hanging out with a lot of people who were like-minded was during the punk revolution of 1977, 78 and all that.
What did you do in the punk revolution, Daddy?
Hung around outside the record shop and browsed through their indie singles.
And who were the people that you were bumping into hanging around outside the record shop?
Well, funnily enough, we never saw the Jesus and Mary chain very much, although they grew up in the same town. There were a few bands around there. The Newtown Scum being the most famous.
Walk out to winter, I swear I'll be there till we're with you, high and dry. Wonder why. Walk out to winter, swear I'll be there. You'll find snow flies. This is why. This is why.
Started to write songs during the punk thing and got together with some people in Glasgow.
And you must have been awfully young during punk. How old were you then?
About 13. But I was already playing the guitar by then and sort of starting to write songs and all that. But they weren't very good. We ended up doing Clash covers most of the time.
What were your songs like then? apart from not being very good?
Probably a bit like Screwdriver or something, in retrospect.
God, you've come a long way, haven't you? I don't suppose anybody watching this will actually remember Screwdriver.
Really? Blackpool's finest.
So, Clash covers, and then what?
Well, I suppose then, when we got into punk music and sort of followed it from there, it sort of opened up a bit and we became much more broad-minded and started to listen to alternative TV and, you know, before long we were into 60s stuff. Because there was an album sleeve of the singer from alternative TV, Mark Perry, surrounded by his favourite records, and it was all Zappa and Love and things like that. So we went backwards, I suppose, and found some nice melodies and some good 60s ideas and started to use that. Went on to Postcard Records and put out our indie singles there.
From the mountaintops down to the sunny street, a different drum is playing a different kind of beat. It's like a mystery that never ends. I see you crying, I want to kill your friends. I hear your footsteps in the street, won't be long before we meet. It's obvious, just come in, come me out, and I'll be waiting for the shout.
It was totally camp. I couldn't believe the first idea and the first time that someone actually sent a letter to say they had a record and it was from America or something. I just thought, I can't believe this. You write a song in your bedroom and it goes off to someone else's bedroom and they write back to you. It's a great means of communication, I think.
I hear your footsteps in the street, won't be long before we meet. It's obvious, just come in, come me out, and I'll be waiting for the shout. I hope it hurts me till I'm hopeless. I hope it hits you when you go. And sometimes on the edge of sleeping, it rises up to let me know it's not so deep, I'm not so slow.
Oblivious? I consciously wrote it, pardon me, as a pop song. And at the time, I suppose a lot of people were listening to more sort of esoteric music. But I thought it was, you know, prime top of the pops material. I thought it was very catchy. And it turned out to be quite a hit.
They call it off the shots, they call it sick phone, they call us lonely when we really just alone. Like a funny film, it's kinda cute. They bought the bullets and there's no one left to shoot. I hear your footsteps in the street, won't be long before we meet. It's obvious, just come in and come me out, and I'll be waiting for the shout.
The second LP you did, you had Mark Knopfler. Either you chose him or he had him chosen for you as producer. Which was it?
Well, I chose Mark Knopfler as producer.
Why?
Apart from the fact that it was quite contrary, I suppose, for a Scottish indie band to have someone who was a kind of well-respected, if you like, muso figure. I just thought that some of the music he'd done was great. When he worked on Bill Forsyth films and everything, it was fantastic. And I had a 9-minute song that I wanted to record. I don't think anyone could have recorded that better than him. I think he had lots of good ideas for it.
You sound quite defensive when you say that. Did you get a lot of stick about your choice?
Well, he wasn't, you know, the favourites at Postcard Records or anything, you know. I mean, no one would have thought of Dire Straits, but that's not really what interested me. I wanted someone good at the controls, someone who was a good overseer and someone who had good ideas.
How did you find it working with him?
He was good, very professional, didn't like to waste time. suppose I'm quite ambitious in a way, quite selfish in that the band is always changing, always, you know, I'm always like getting different musicians in and trying to improve and things. So there must be a degree of ambition there. Not that kind of blind ambition that tends to permeate the music business though, where it's just like, got to get to the top, got to get to the top.
I'm in love with everything that breaks the grip of caution on now getting up and leaving for a bigger day. Still some say that all you need is money to be free from what is cold. Well, that's the lie of looking up from somewhere down. Because the sun will show to testify that all the time between belongs to you and I to be still on fire. And when the strongest words have all been used and all the new ones sound confused, to be still on fire. Somewhere in the middle we can see through all the people and be playing second fiddle and be feeling so shown the door. Just out of the child in you was throwing out the baby for the chance to make it easy to be more. And then the sun will show to testify that all the time between belongs to you and I to be still on fire. And then the strongest words have all been used and all the new ones sound confused to be still on fire.
Well, when the album Knife came out, we went off on quite a big tour, sort of tour around Europe, and went to America and Japan and all that. And I hadn't really been writing much on the road, because I'd been pretty busy. You know, when you finished a gig, you know, I don't want to come back to my hotel and sort of start playing again, you know, I'm sure lots of people like to do that, I can't be bothered. The gig's enough for me. When we came back, I started to write songs that were a bit different from what I'd been doing. I suppose at that time I'd started to listen to some of those more sort of mellow groove American records, you know.
Like what?
Like Sugar Free by Juicy and Sexual Healing by Marvin Gaye, and after that Anita Baker, and she was my big favourite for a long time. And I wanted to make a record something like that. But obviously I can't turn into Anita Baker overnight, so it was a bit of a mixture of all these different things. And with the lineup I was using at the time, it wasn't really working out that way, so I decided to get some New York producers and go and work there. And I spent about 4 months there in the summer. Well, I called the album Love because it was the most honest thing I could call it, really. I decided to find a title for it by looking through the lyrics. And in every song, love comes up all the time. And I thought about it more. I thought, well, that's too blatant, you know. That's kind of like calling a new model of automobile the car. You know, because most pop songs are about love. But then I realised that all the best pop songs are about love. That love is the best thing that we do, and that it, you know, it's at the bottom of all the best things. Christianity, left-wing politics, these are all caring things and sharing things. Right-wing thought is based on self-love, self-interest, greed. And love is a great thing. Maybe that sounds a bit 60s, but I think it's what the world needs now. I'd like to teach the world to sing now.